Garlow.
Here.
Don, do you have any visitors who'd like to address council? Moving on, the approval of the February 1st, 2017 council meeting minutes, and then January report, and the bank reconciliation.
Make a motion that the minutes, the report, and the reconciliation be approved as presented.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
Barry. Yes.
Cannon.
Yes.
Earl. Yes.
Keeler. Yes.
Garlow.
Yes.
Moving on to fund, Gismar.
General fund, 7,268.52, police, 11,594 and 62, street construction, 4,015 and 91, cemetery, 795 and 65, Oakdale Chapel, 189 and 65, fire lead, 668 and 63, EMS, 267 and 98, water, 28,520 and 10, sewer, 3,070 and 98, lab, 1,658 and 2, water guarantee deposit trust, 823 and 5, parent risk court, 1,007 and 95, for a total of 61,378 and 11.
Make a motion that the warrants are drawn and the bill be paid.
Second.
Discussion. Randy, I noticed the water operating moves up quite a bit, $28,000. We have all the figures as to why.
As far as the expenses go?
Yeah.
The first half of the month is when the water bill is due to Salem, and that was $19,000 this time.
Is that close to normal?
And it's significantly higher than normal. It was 4-week period, it's more in line with the 5-week, that's all. They're paying by week.
Roll call.
Yes.
Barry. Yes. Buchanan.
Yes.
Earl. Keeler.
Yes.
Garlow.
Yes.
Make a motion to approve tax on service.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes. Barry. Buchanan.
Yes.
Earl.
Yes.
Keeler.
Yes.
Garlow.
Yes.
Is there any other discussion on our finance this time? All right, moving on to legislation. First review.
I think we've got the third reading ordinance 17-2482, and this is the final reading of this particular ordinance. I think the mayor is asking that this be passed as an emergency. Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay. And the effect of the emergency is that we've done our three readings. The emergency meeting will go into effect immediately. There was no emergency planning, others we have to wait till 30 days after passage. Okay. So again, that's ordinance 17-2482. It's an ordinance authorizing the mayor to cooperate and enter in agreement with the regional council of governments for the administration and collection of municipal income tax in the village of Ledonia and declaring an emergency.
Make a motion to suspend the rules, pass last reading, last third reading.
We don't even have to suspend the rules. Suspend the rules. This is our third reading. This will motion to pass this ordinance as an emergency.
Make a motion to pass ordinance as
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Fire.
Yes.
Barry. Yes. Buchanan.
Yes.
Earl.
No.
Keeler.
Yes.
Garlow.
No.
Suspend the rules. We didn't have to suspend the rules because it was third reading.
That's what you motion for.
But I motion to pass it as an emergency on the third reading.
Next, 2485.
Okay, the next one, and this is one that you guys discussed at the last meeting. This is ordinance 17-2485. This will be a first reading. Gary wanted to presented this the last time, and instructed me to draft something on this. It's ordinance designating the section of High Street, between Ocean Street and Elm Street, both traffic, all for the village of Ledonia, state of Ohio. first reading of this particular ordinance, and I think Gary's out there, he's asking that we just do a first reading tonight, at this time, in order to offer people in case they have any input on it.
Motion to pass the first reading of ordinance 17-24.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes, since I wasn't here, at the last meeting when this was discussed, what is the reasoning behind this?
It's called privacy.
What?
It's called privacy.
Roads also part of it.
Gary? Gary out there? Sue, and I explained to him based on what I understand it to be okay from that last meeting, and put, in there that, Sue was asking for the reading, wanting to close this, and I thought it was best that you, but I explained in the ordinance that the, extremely narrow roads deteriorating the guardrail in this section needs to be replaced, and there's no homes or businesses on that section, and it's very rarely utilized. Gary, you can expand on that, but obviously, your recommendation.
Well, I just brought it up because we had that section of the road closed for, I don't know, a year and a half or 2 years. And I think it's just time that we either replace the guardrail and reopen the road, or we just decide we're gonna keep it closed and put permanent barricades at each end of it. Because the way it is now, we have a temporary barricade at each end, and people's moving them, they're driving around them, and you know, with the condition of the guardrails and the deterioration of the bank, then we need to do something with the safety of people. Even though they're going around and being closed, it doesn't stop them from going over the bank. I just think it's time, after a year and a half, 2 years, to make a decision. We're either gonna budget for a new guardrail, or we close that section from.
Well, my concern is if it's closed, how is it going to be closed? And is it going to just grow up in weeds?
Well, it'd be like other village right away, if we have to keep it trimmed down. I'm not gonna say we're gonna be up there mowing it every week like you would your yard, but we would keep the weeds knocked down. As far as blocking it off, I look at a couple of different options, is putting a 20-foot section of, guardrail at each end of it. That's more of a permanent thing. Or I was thinking about Quaker City septic tank out here, making some concrete dividers, like for
The barriers.
the barriers. Those are around $300 a piece, and it'll take 3 of those to go across each end. So you're gonna have, you know, $900 a nose. The good thing with those is, if we ever need to get a fire truck or an ambulance there, we could scoot it off to a side, or if we ever decide to reopen it, just lift them up, take them away, and, you know, it's a little bit easier option to make a change.
Well, like I said, it concerns me, it's right down the street from me, and I realize that the temporary barriers are not doing it, I understand that. My main concern is, what's it gonna look like, because it's gonna bring down the surrounding property value if it's not maintained, and it looks bad.
So it's like this. It's lucky if it gets trimmed once a summer. We keep our part really clean off. And there should be enough room for the town to come in and mow, because you've got to go in that area to mow anyway.
Right.
So I can't see where it's gonna be a big deal.
Well, I just, you know, we've got other things that farm our property value do too, and I just was afraid
Well, look,
that
I had to
that's
put up that stuff for how many years.
Oh, I know.
Brought down the value of my house.
I know, I understand totally, and that's why I'm concerned that when it's closed, it's not just gonna be a weed patch.
That's something I think we have to more discussion on, is actually how we can't just pass legislation, we're gonna close it, how we're gonna close it, we're gonna barrier off, we're gonna guardrails there, we're gonna rip that out, I think we can count on the, make a decision on that.
I'll make a flower
So
garden out of
you
it.
need to keep in mind,
Okay.
when you, however you decide to barricade it, where the house was, you need to close it at that point, down on Oak Street, because those things can get in and out, because of the drainage ditch and some of the property they have, and that whole, they can't close it all the way down Oak Street, but the house is up, where that is.
Yeah, that was gonna be my question, like where that ended. Well, I didn't know, now I know what situation it is, I just, the last I knew, we had talked about Gordon for it.
Well, and that's what we did, but the last 2 years, we've not budgeted any money to do guardrails, so. I think, in regards to the guardrail too, I think with the erosion, I think it had to do some heavy work to get the guardrail stable, because the guardrail was planted, it's halfway down the hill.
Well, that's another thing, is that, oh, I'm gonna slide down, you know?
My feeling is to leave everything as it is with blacktop there, keep trimming. I think the blacktop being there would stop, it's the chip seal rather,
Right.
would help stop erosion further of the bank, we could close that off.
Well, if that swale were cleaned out too, that would direct water down toward that patch.
A lot of it runs down the roadway, believe it
Yeah.
or not, even though there's a ditch there, most of it gets down the roadway on a heavy rain. But that's why I wanted to have this go like 3 readings, or at least 2 readings, so we have time to get discussion. I'll come back next meeting, and I'll present you some firm facts on pieces of guardrail closed and some options. It's the 2nd reading, and if we want to continue to the 3rd reading, you'll have some information to make your final decision on.
Okay, thank you.
All right, roll call.
Yes. Well, wait a minute.
Okay.
My only question on it, I want to check with the state. It's been closed, yes, but have they incurred any obstacles causing a problem getting around the area? Not really, no, I mean, they feel there's gonna be a problem everywhere. It shouldn't be nice to get the whole streets around. Okay.
Any further discussion? Roll call.
Fire, yes. Great, yes. Buchanan.
Yeah.
Earl. Yes. Hewitt. Yes. Barlow.
Yes.
Is there any other legislation at this time? None, correspondence? Committees at this time, is there anything to report? Commissions? Great. Police?
Just have three separate things, separate review. Guess first would be just the revolvers, trading in the old weapons for something we can utilize in the department.
I'll make a motion to, allow you to trade these things.
Yeah,
We gotta do it by right, we gotta do it by.
Oh, I mean, I-
We did the last one, but I need to know what is being traded on, how much, you know.
The value's 500, and I'm requesting the AR-15.
And where is this taking?
The same company that we used last time, the Manaway.
And they can give me something on that, and they're all stuff.
I already have it down there.
Okay, send them that.
Yep, I'll get it to you.
And they are,
AR-15, and I'll have their serial number and all that ready for you.
Curious who's the wrong person.
That's money for account too.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Fire, Barry. Yes. Buchanan.
Yes.
Earl. Yes. Hewitt. Yes. Barlow.
Yes.
The, manpower hours, just so we can put it to bed. together finally tonight, about how we can get an answer with whether we could get 208 or if we decided to something different than what we discussed, I guess.
I think we ought to go with that extra shifts that we talked about. But we are really actually, most time the finance, really over time. But with that being said, we'd be definitely willing to entertain it, as the year progresses and see how the tax collection is done. And businesses, see you're bringing in some more reserve officers, that's a big help. I'm trying to shade all that.
Trying to get all the help we can.
Wish we could do it this time, but I just don't see it.
And then I have, Terry Madison and Fulton Hall. I recommended that we bring them on as officers.
Motion based on DOT recommendation.
Second. Any discussion? Roll call.
All right, yes. Barry. Yes. Ken.
Yes.
Earl. Yes. Keeler.
Yes.
Earl.
Yes.
Is there any other discussion on it, please, this time? All right, fire marshal, chief, whatever.
One thing, Alex Harper's resigned, he's moving out of there. He's going to the line.
Moving on to EMS, all council members should receive the, January report, calls, should have in your box, you guys have to take a look at that, if you have any questions, the chief will be here, next meeting, the chief on the other, both were pulled out, weren't able to get here last minute. Is there any discussion on EMS? Street? Administrator Phillips? Okay, cemetery chapel? Water sewer? We're addressing, multiple leaks, I don't know if you guys have seen, I think the fire department and the police department are helping out, we've had several leaks down on State Street. We're our fourth one in the last 6 months, so we're, as we mentioned last meeting, we'll look to probably have to do some infrastructure changes on that, so that will be coming up here. Moving on, zoning, Mr. Pitts.
Fellow clear source, too active. I gave you a report, which I have much on it, there's not much has happened. To reiterate a little bit, the draft, all prepared, has been given to the planning commission for their review. So, if there's anything up in their minds, you know, that's all. Two pending violations right now. It's brought up a little bit of a problem, and that's why the citations in Mayor's Court. In talking to Cheryl, the chief, and Tracy, the citations were written in the past were incorrect. They were written on the wrong form, and so in order to write them in the right form, I got their instructions, they know what to do. And we found out that when you issue a citation, you have to put a fine amount on the citation. People have the option of coming in and paying it, rather than going to Mayor's Court. So no one seems to know what the fines are. So many violations.
Yeah, we have, we will have to, get with the magistrate, we'll get the, schedule of the fines. I'll speak to Magistrate Bartlett on the matter there, and Sheriff, that to you.
Okay. Then, we have 2 weeks before I have to write a violation, time I gave to people. On other things, I'm about to start sending out letters out for the rental registration again this year. I have 172, I think, units. Contract, we're up to date, and
And I will get you that, schedule, later here. We may have to review that, council, just one that schedule might have been set 30 years ago, and it might need to get updated. So, I will send it to you guys, and I will make a recommendation about that. Shade Tree. All right, moving on to miscellaneous items? Okay. I have, two things I'd like to recommend, email list to the Community Development Committee. Deal with that real quick. Good. That's here, you know, try to help out with the, redevelopment meeting here. I need council's approval of that one. Got that first, second, any discussion? Roll call.
Yes. Barry. Yes. Buchanan.
Yes.
Earl. Yes. Keeler. Yes. Garlow.
Yes.
All right. The second thing, I briefly brought up record retention. We need to review the record retention schedule. That, I know Chip has worked on it. We can move forward with that in the procedures. You have one written up? I mean, but we need to, 2 weeks ago, we need to do that, that's go through the Ohio Historical Society approval. Okay, that's all I have on that, for the record, we're doing that, just, I'll figure that out for you guys. Anything else on miscellaneous? We're good, the village? All right.
I got two.
Okay.
One, I got an email today, Christmas light in the park, are we ever gonna take it down?
Gary?
Yes. Still up. And I believe my email said it's still on.
Christmas light in the park.
Yeah, no doubt.
I got an email today.
Yeah.
Are we ever gonna take it down this year?
I don't know who put them up, but we can probably take them down. I mean,
You said the Billy was going to take them down at the last meeting, at the last meeting.
Noel saw it.
That's-
Lit up Noel.
I told them to take the other stuff that,
I did,
and throw them in the garbage.
the Noel sign, and that's their Christmas light, lit up every night.
Where are these lights at, where they?
I got an email today.
Okay. The only lights that I remember still being up there were the ones on the end of the facility.
Yeah, exactly, Noel,
Okay.
that's Noel.
Yeah, that's we're taking that down.
Yeah.
That's
Right, my guys took them, I know they took them up,
No.
they took them down.
They took them down.
So the other ones, if you want them down,
I received the email, I verified it.
The only things I know that are still up are those flags on our light.
And I told them to take them down and throw them away. Did you look at them?
I haven't,
They got rats, jumped in them, and nests, rivers are torn, and
you don't think they can be out and with the reeds?
then no.
Okay. Gary, we'll swing up there.
I'll be gone, I'll be gone 1 month.
And not at my house, we're supposed to bring them down here.
I brought the Noel sign.
All right. Yes,
Wax up here. Anybody get any wax back up?
I was gonna mount, I've got one mount here, I was gonna mount here one.
I mean, it's just somewhere, to recognize that.
Yes. That's
Thank you.
okay. And anything else for you guys? Last thing I want to announce is the starting or forming of the flower committee. What the lady's working on, I think we've already been doing some work to get painting back to the flower plant around town. Remember, please stand up real quick. Everybody does. We're working to raise some money to help, very good. Very beautification, stuff like that, so I appreciate once again getting there, they're back at it, doing it, so if you get some extra money on the side, I'll support them, all right? All right, anything else under good of the village? I have two, reserve officers I'd like to swear in quick. Mr. Colton? Gary, Colton, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Come up here. All right, raise your right hand, repeat after me. I state your name.
I will
Do do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the laws
and the laws
of the Village of Latonia,
of the Village of Latonia,
that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially
and impartially
discharge and perform
discharge and perform
the duties of the patrol officer
the duties of patrol officers
of the Village of Latonia,
of the Village of Latonia,
for which I have been appointed.
for which I have been appointed.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
This time, is there any other business the council would like to discuss? Any meeting set for next evening, council committee meeting? Randy, do you have anything? Gary, do you have anything? No. All right, the next regular council meeting will be held on March 1st, 2017, at 7 p.m. here at the Village Hall. Is there anything else? All right.